To Secretary Remulla, sir. Sir, we understand na ang budget ng DILG for this year is about 308 billion pesos. And big part of that is mapupunta sa Philippine National Police. And we know also na parte rin ng budget ng PNP yung intelligence fund nila. So, we just wonder, sir, kung paano nagagamit itong intel ng PNP considering na up to now, hindi pa natin nakikita si Zaldico, wala pa rin si Harry Roque, hindi pa nahuhuli, nandyan pa rin nakakawala si General Bantag, hindi pa rin nahuhuli. Ano kaya ang posible nating maging development sa mga wanted persons na ito this year?
Well, mas mabuti siguro na si General Nartates ang tanong niyo para dyan kasi siya ang may control ng Intel Fund ng PNP. But you're gonna have to commend the PNP also kasi kung ayon sa latest survey, nung nireform natin ang lahat ng processes, ang guidelines, ang codes of behavior, the PNP now enjoys the highest trust rating ever according to Okta. I think we're almost at 80% trust rating sa mga pulis ngayon. So, yung cherry picking na nakikita natin sa mga kukonting taon na yung 3 taon sinabi mo, does not reflect on the overall performance of the PNP. Focus crimes are down, index crimes are down, smuggling is down. Lahat ng mga major accomplishments ng PNP, makikita nyo na. And the discipline and the morale of the PNP is higher than it's ever been. Mas professional silang yan.
Yes, sir. We acknowledge naman, sir, yung kanilang ibang accomplishments. But these 3 persons, sir, are valuable.
Yes,
Valuable
Zaldico
also.
is abroad. We suspect na nasa Portugal siya. Information namin ay meron siyang Portuguese passport out of an immigration clause na nilagay nila. Ang information namin ito ay 10 years old pero verify pa namin. Pero nagbigay ng instructions sa President na formally mag-apply na kami ng extradition treaty sa kanila kahit wala pang formal extradition treaties between the two countries. Pero through the Interpol, magre-request na kami ng repatriation ni Zaldico kung nasa Portugal talaga siya. Pagdating kay Harry Roque, cancel na ang passport niya. So it's only a matter of time na papabarigin na siya dito. As far as Bantag is concerned, he is last track to be in the Cordillera region and we are closing in on him.
Last, Sir Ivan Mayri na po muna. Okay po. Kat Domingo, ABS-CBN.
Sir, just on the extradition of Zaldico, do we have a specific timeline as to when the President expects him to be back in the country?
Siguro DFA ang tanong niyo. Sila makakalam yan.
Right. Sir, more details lang because it's a big issue for a lot of Filipinos here. Ito pong, is it the first time that the Philippines is going to ask for the return of a Filipino from a country where we don't have an extradition treaty?
As far as I know, yes. But you cannot quote me on that in verbatim kung factual ang sinabi ko. But as far as I know, yes. Ayun lang.
Sir, we know you're very close with the Ombudsman. You have a personal relation with him. And I know that you discuss things as well at home.
Matagal ko nang kilala.
Sir, ano po yung ibang options ng Pilipinas in terms of apprehending Zaldico aside from applying for an extradition treaty?
Si Secretary Toledo ang head ng Mossad ng Pilipinas ngayon. Siya nang bahalang dumakip sa kanya. But no, we do not practice extrajudicial means of acquiring jurisdiction over a person. So we will always go through the rational, legal, and acceptable ways of acquiring jurisdiction over a person.
Sir, last from my end. Sir, follow-up ko lang po yung alleged arrest warrant against Senator Ronald De La Rosa because you mentioned...
Alleged pa rin siya hanggang ngayon.
Sir, pero kapatid niyo po yung nag-announce na meron.
Oh, sabi niya. Pero as far as I'm concerned, wala pa ako nakikitang formal copy of a warrant of arrest or request for an arrest from the ICC. So just to make it clear, the DFA, neither the DFA nor the LGU, the DILG, PNP, nor the Center for Transnational Crimes have received a formal copy of the warrant of arrest. However, there are several people who claim to have seen a copy, but the formal copy has not been yet shown to us. So, as far as we are concerned, wala pa talagang warrant of arrest.
Sir, sorry, pahabol na tanong, phone-in question. Ano daw po yung inyong reaction with regard to the alleged corruption in the Bureau of Fire Protection, given that it was mentioned earlier that LGUs will be receiving about 1.49 billion pesos in fire code fees?
Yes, yung fire code fees yan, it does not go to the LGUs. It is paid to the LGUs, and the LGUs remit it to the National Treasury, which is then used as a trust fund for the BFP.
Sir, yung kumikickback daw po yung mga taga-BFP sa pagbili ng fire extinguisher at iba
Oh
pang
yes,
equipment.
100%. In fact, naglagay na kami ng special task force. Bumili na kami ng 14,000 body cameras, several thousand of which will be attached to the mga fire inspectors. So may script na sila. May sasabihin na andito po kami para sa fire inspection. Ito po ang pwede namin sabihin, ito po ang pwede namin gawin. Lahat ito naka-body camera. So, upon inspection, sasabihin niya kung ano nakikita nila. Kung wala silang makitang violation, right there and then, kailangan ibigay na nila yung certificate, and yung digital copy is to follow. So, wala nang delay. Kung sisitahin nila yung fire extinguisher, dapat sitahin nila properly, sabihin nila kung ano ang defect, pero hindi sila pwede mag-recommend kung ano ang bibilihin na fire extinguisher.
Ilan pong officials ng BFP are we looking at?
100% of all fire safety inspectors. Ilan yan, Yusek? Around 10,000. all over.
Sir, sorry, I mean ilan po yung iniimbestigahan natin? Persons of interest natin?
Ngayon, ang formal inimbestigahan namin is the former Bids and Awards Committee last year, and the several personnel from the QC Fire Department and from the NCPRO and the general leadership of the BFP.
Para po sa huling katanungan, Ivan Mayrina, GMA7.
Yes, Secretary, by empowering the LGUs in the implementation of infrastructure projects, we are giving them a bigger say, which means bigger discretion that was previously exercised by district representatives. So as a former local chief executive, sir, how are mayors or governors better than district representatives as custodians of public funds and as implementers of projects?
Well, first and foremost, they all want the same thing. Gusto naman nila mag-develop ang kanilang lugar. That is their mandate, and that's what they are after. Yung mga congressman naman, hindi natin mamasamin na gusto na talaga gumawa ng basketball court, gusto na gumawa ng kalye, gusto na gumawa ng water impounding areas. Pare-pareho lang yung intensyon. Ang pinagkaiba dyan ay yung friction cost. Just to give an example, sa Cavite noon, gumawa kami ng 16 schoolroom building sa isang munisipalidad doon. Ang cost namin was 21.5 million. Something like that, mga 21 plus million. Gumawa ang DPWH exactly the same. 16 schoolroom building, 1 kilometer away. Ang cost nila was 36 million. So makikita mo yung friction cost. For exactly the same product, ang ginagawa ng local government at ginagawa ng DPWH nung panahon na yon, ang price difference nila is 40 to 50% difference. So naniniwala ko kung habang may reforms na ginagawa sa DPWH, ang local government ang best venue para makuha natin ang maximum benefit para sa mga katauhan.
And what accounts for that friction cost? Yun ba yung, corruption?
Well, that's the other word for friction cost is corruption.
Thank you.
Okay.
Salamat po. Yun ang po ang huling katanungan niyo, si Claire.